I was gone this weekend for soccer, and my cousin came and took care of my plants and brought my younger boys to take care of the chickens, and she did a great job keeping them hydrated because it was like crazy hot suddenly. That's kind of how things go here. We aren't usually quite so cold for so long, but the sudden heat is expected. To give you an idea, it was, let's see, a low of 33 in my garden like Thursday morning, and then next week we're in the 90s as our highs. So we might have a little bit of transplant shock, but I'm going to try to get things ready in the garden and make room and decide where everything is going. And everything looks so healthy, and things, look, flowers are blooming, but it looks really healthy and happy, and I can't wait to get stuff in the ground and stop taking care of it this way. All right, so we came out to start getting ready to plant, and we found a new to us garden problem. Let me see if I can show it. We have like thousands of these little bugs, and they fly. I don't think that they're aphids. I mean, I guess there's always a possibility. There's oh, don't do that, honey. Don't do that. Don't do that. There's lots of colors of aphids, but I'm trying to see. They're all over my onions. They're all over the ground. They almost look like little flies of some sort. In gardening, you always find new problems, and my other beds don't have this. So we have brassicas in here and some little onions, and I'm not sure what else the common factor is.
Like this one right here, I think is gonna be the best leek you've ever had.
Maybe so. I already got a really good one. I am a little overwhelmed by the bugs in this garden bed, and my chickens are going crazy behind me, if you can hear them. But I'm going to cut back a bunch of broccoli just to prep to plant something here. But we definitely had to diatomaceous earth the whole bed, well, most of the bed, to figure out what to do about all of these crazy, they're like little flies is what they're like. It's a pest that I have not noticed before, and gardening always has new stuff. So I'm going to be cutting back a bunch of broccoli. I actually might leave it in here just to see. I haven't decided exactly how I'm transitioning this bed because there definitely is broccoli still to harvest, and the tomatoes will be small for a little bit. So I might just leave it in for a little bit longer. These bugs are bizarre. Seriously bizarre bugs. I don't even know what to think about this. Here, this is my big thing of broccoli. These bugs are so bizarre, right? No idea. I literally have no idea. Some of these I might take out, but probably, I mean, we'll eventually take out no matter what.
You don't have to take them out until the tomatoes get big enough.
That's what I was thinking. But if it's going to be 95 degrees, I'm going to have to take them out pretty soon, because they're not going to like 95 degrees. Just trying to get everything that's threatening to flower, and we can have something with broccoli for dinner. Okay, I harvested some broccoli. I diatomaceous earthed the bed with the overwhelming amount of little like fly things. Right here, I have, do you see a couple leeks in this bed, one random mustard. This is where I grew my roselle hibiscus last year, and I'm going to do it again. It's a really big pot, and I just have one, and so I'm going to plant right here and put it kind of right central in the middle. Are those some worms I see? Yay. Okay, so I'm just going to put it right here in the middle. I have to say I'm a little overwhelmed with the transition from my very cool garden to my warmer veggies. It's a lot of work year-round gardening. It's a blessing, but it's constantly having to clean out the garden and transition. And that part is overwhelming because things weren't just all ready to go when the weather started changing. Because I've been waiting on certain things to harvest, like a lot of my brassicas did not do as well as I wanted them to, and I've been waiting on them to actually produce. And so it's kind of hard to think about pulling them when they're not quite ready. Okay, can you go get me the green watering can? Or no, just bring me the hose and I'll water this in. All right, I got this in here. It's not very big. And I'm gonna water it. Here it is. Now they're gonna get really huge and full of flowers. What you harvest from this Roselle hibiscus is the flower pods, like the, almost like, you know, on a rose, they have the rose hip. That's what you harvest. Then you dry them out for a special tea drink. Definitely a volunteer California poppy, but we're gonna leave them on the edge of this bed. I might regret it, but right now I think it's pretty. So many onions and leeks, and look at those yellow pom-pom calendula. They are just gorgeous. We're gonna work on this bed and prep this bed to add some tomatoes. We are trying to prep this bed. Beautiful chives right here, but these volunteer cabbages, I want to make heads so badly. And I don't know if the 95 degrees this week is going to make them bolt before they do, and I don't want to pull them. I mean, look how big they are. And they came back from the bottom little stem of a cabbage that was here like a year and a half ago. Like, it was a while ago. And I want to give them a chance, but we also are going to try to put tomatoes.
And I took all the hoops off the...
Okay, good. Hoops off helps. Having this freshly mulched really helps with the weeds. We're going to have to do it slowly in the whole garden. Thank you. Over here, we are sorting tomatoes, trying to find where all my cherry tomatoes are, and it's like a needle in a haystack. You think it was easy, but there's a lot of plants to sort through. Not Amish paste. That's not a cherry.
I know. She's asking me to start Alois. Telling her which one.
Nope, not Sartalois. Okay, it's getting ready. This bed, my husband put some fresh, really good soil composty stuff in the middle for me to plant because it was a little bit settled. And then I am going to keep what's in there, so I'm going to plant around it, around the chard, dill, leeks, onions, garlic, flowers. This is kind of how I do my stuff. And then as they get bigger, obviously we'll be harvesting the leeks and all that different stuff. It makes more room as we go. This is going to be our cherry tomato bed, and we have quite a few varieties such as Sungold, black cherry, sunrise bumblebee. I'm trying blue cream berries for the first time this year. Super sweet 100. Trying to remember if I'm leaving one out. Oh, and berries crazy cherries. We're lowering the cattle panel over there because I have peas in the middle. We want the peas to reach up and grow up the top, and I had it a little too high. We're giving that bed a rest from tomatoes. And I'm gonna, I think, plant sweet potatoes in the middle too, because they do good with peas and with garlic, which we have all the way around the outside. I am getting the dead, failed, overwintered peppers out. Although some of them, that one doesn't. Some of them have a little bit of green life, so who knows if it'll come back from the roots, but not that one. Sure. This is just gonna prep for planting. I have a lot of planting prep to do. So much cleanup still. Oh, look. Another acorn. All right.
After we're done, can I have coffee?
Okay, little video of pre-planting. We have the cattle panel up for this. This bed will not be tomatoes. It's going to be, I think, sweet potatoes and peas, if it works. This bed will be tomatoes. We do not have the cattle panel back up yet, and I'm still hoping that those cauliflower do something. Oh, he forgot to take these down. Well, those are going to go down. This is staying strawberries. Cattle panel is up over here. I'm just about, look, I have the tape measure out, just about to lay out my cherry tomatoes. I cut back the dead peppers in here, and I think I'm gonna grow peppers in here again. I just need to top off a lot of them with some better compost soil. That's the bed with the bugs. That bed, I've got a lot of work to do left. Over there is going to be my squash, pumpkin, zucchini, and the like. I'm going to just sort of place them, and then I'm gonna move them as I see fit. Just kind of putting like sun golds, one on each side of the panel is how I like to do it. Sort of zigzaggy. Oh, black cherry. We have berries, crazy cherries. Super sweet. And the last ones I think are bumblebee, sunrise bumblebee. Okay, so I lay them out. Then I'm going to put a little bit of worm castings and a couple little chopped banana peels in each hole as I plant, and then I'm going to water them in. Here is the teeniest, tiniest cauliflower ever. So I've got to let it just try to make a head. You know what I mean? That's why I'm kind of waiting a couple minutes. Oh, here's a teeny, 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 tiny one there too. Teeny. So I'm waiting just a few, maybe the last of the potato beds to plant will be this one. So maybe we can get cauliflower. I bet you there's one in there too. I don't know. Maybe in there. We'll see. Tons and tons of flowers on the strawberries, and I didn't even thin them. I didn't even fertilize them, and I'm just not going to probably get a chance to for quite a while, but there are so many blossoms, like so many. Okay, I already put a little bit of worm castings in here, and it has some fresh good soil. The roots I'm going to loosen up a little bit and put just a little bit of banana peel in the hole. I've been doing that and I feel like it's helpful. And then I will have my tag. I don't always have tags. This is supposed to be fade proof, so we will see if it is. This is a taxi tomato right here, and then got a little bit of mulch on the side that we can put around it. It is going to be so hot. We definitely want to keep the moisture in. And then we'll put the little nozzle there, and I'll water it in a little bit. I also take the bottom parts off, and I usually bury deep. I forgot to do in that one, so I'll go back and replant it. Take the bottom ones off, go as deep as I can. Next one, this is just one at a time, going through this. I'm taking the very bottom leaves off. Even some of the medium ones, depending on how far down I can get it dug. Oh, here's my shovel. Okay. All right, let's see how this goes. I see some nice worms down there. Oh, yes. See a couple grubs, but what I'm doing is I'm just pulling the grubs out, putting it in a bucket for the chickens. Little worm casting, little bit of banana peel. Oh goodness, I am very sneezy. Okay, take this out. Wow, these were time to plant these for sure. They are definitely needing more room. Okay, put that all around it. And put the label in that is supposed to be fade proof. One bed planted. I put 15 tomatoes in our 12-foot by 4-foot bed. Put those in the compost. and planted them pretty deep. I've got a lot left to go, but one bed is enough for right now. Got to go do some errands with my kids. Super happy with how it turned out, though I was a little stressed. And that's kind of an understatement to get this going because I have a lot left to do in so little time this time of year. And you got spring onions that we had to harvest, don't ya?
Yeah.
Okay, let's take them inside. There you go. I'm going to be doing this planting all week, but yeah, transitioning is a big job. Spring is very busy for us. That's better. So I'm doing the best I can. Had a little meltdown earlier, but I am really thankful for my family's help and baby steps. I have to keep telling myself baby steps. It doesn't have to all be done at the same time. One bed at a time will get us there. This is more my time of day to work in the garden. It is early evening and looks so pretty with the lighting. We pulled wood chips back here because we're going to amend. The compost we put down in the fall was never quite all the way broken down, so we're going to amend this bed like we amended the other bed just to prep it for easier planting. All right, this bed is ready for tomatoes. I wish there were two beds ready, but this one is ready. Looks so much better. And this was one we did culture, so it had definitely shrunk, basically just settled because of the branches and sticks underneath. So now it's more even and there's more depth for the tomatoes when we actually plant them. I'm going to try to leave some of this broccoli in for just a little bit and the kale and stuff, and then we'll harvest and take them out as the tomatoes get larger. Last thing I'm doing tonight, I just kind of moved wood chips out of the middle. Didn't put any other soil down. This soil looks actually much better than the other ones, I think. And I'm going to get this ready to plant out tomatoes too, and hopefully I can get two beds planted tomorrow. This one is so crowded, I'm not super sure how that's going to work, but I'm going to try. Take care.